Good to have you here again with me. In the last video, we did quite a few blocks, if I may put it like that. We started with this very simple block, and then we went on to this. We did this block in two ways. This is the first one, doing 3 pad operations, and this is the second, doing just 1 pad operation. And then we went to this this object where we had quite some fun with doing this object. Now we will be moving to the next object here, block 4 over here, and this is just a fictional block, if I can put it like that. It does not really do anything, but just to show us quite a number of things about some different operations in FreeCAD. That is why the block is done like this. So the first thing I'm going to do for this block is to actually create the entire block before I start cutting into it. Majorly, I'm going to create the entire block by just doing an extrude, and then I'll now start cutting into it and doing different other things. So let us start by creating the entire block. So the entire block is a length of, this length here is 20 plus 20, 40 plus 30, that is 4, 5, 6, that's 60, 70. So this is 70 by the length here is 20 plus 20 plus 20, which is 60 plus 10 plus 10, which is 80, I believe. Then the length here, the height here, 40 plus 20 plus 20, which is I guess that is 80 as well. So, but you notice that all of this, I don't know why whoever did this, which is me, whoever did this just left all of this and did not think about, okay, we are going to need the entire dimensions for the block here. But this is done intentionally to show you another feature of FreeCAD. So let's go to FreeCAD now and let's try to draw the entire block first before we start cutting into it. So FreeCAD. Now I'm going to create a new path, so I can do file new, or as I prefer, just Command N or Control N. So going back to this, I need to create a block. Let's say this is the front view. So I'm guessing from here, the view from here, from looking at it from here, and then this is the plan or the top view, that's looking at it from the top, and then this is the side view looking at it from the side here. Oh, sorry, this is the front view, then this is the side view. Okay, so I want to first go and sketch the base of the rectangle here. So that is front, this is front, this is front, this is plane. So basically the plane view. So I'm coming here, creating a new sketch, coming to XY plane, and then the rectangle tool. So I'm just going to create my rectangle like that. Click on escape to remove that tool. Okay, so now we have this rectangle, and we need to dimension it. I could pick up my calculator and start adding things one by one to make sure that I have this length accurately, or I could use another feature of FreeCAD. So let me just have this like this. I don't know, let me see if I can reduce this screen here so that we can have them side by side just for now. So I'm going to now go to my dimension tool. This is my dimension tool here, and I'm going to dimension this base. So this is the view that we're presently dimensioning. So now I want to add all of these things together. And how do I do that? If I just come to 20 and I try to do plus 2, let me see, will that work? That works. So I need to first escape the dimension tool. So let's go back to that dimension. So I'm just going to do 20 plus 15 plus 10 plus another 15 plus another 20, and I'm going to click on OK. So that gives me 80 millimeters. I did not need to add that by myself. So I'm going to go back to the dimension to do this side too, and then that will be 20 plus 10 plus 20 plus 10 plus 20, and that gives me, so I'm going to escape the dimension tool. That gives me 80 millimeters as well. That's interesting. Why couldn't they just put the 80 by 80? Well, for learning purposes. Close. So now I close the sketch, and I'm going to go back to just FreeCAD now, and I'm going to extrude over, so the pad operation, right? And okay, we are still not done. So I'm going to extrude over this height here. So So that's 20 plus 40 plus 20. Let me see, would that same thing work here? 20 plus 40 plus 20. Yes, it works. Eureka. So okay, and I have my block here. So the next thing I want to do to this block is that I now want to start cutting it in different ways. So this is my block here. Now let's see, let me pick, because of convenience, I'm just going to pick this block the way it looks now. I'm going to say this is the way it looks here. So if I pick this face here and I do a sketch, one thing I want to tell you about sketching in FreeCAD is that you want to keep your sketches as simple as possible. So for instance, I could actually come and create a sketch that contains this, and then this one here, all those features, and then try to do an extruded cut of all of those features, but I will be making my sketch so complex. So I'm just going to try to keep it simple. So I'm going to click on this face here, click on the sketch tool. What I want to do is that I'm seeing this hole here and I want to know how deep that hole goes. So this hole here, looking at it from the front, that's this hole here, right? And then looking to the side, it seems that that hole goes completely through because of the broken lines, right? Completely through. So I'm going to let me increase my FreeCAD window here. So I'm going to project the geometries here because I need to keep my box symmetrical to those geometries. So now project this line as well, project this line and this line here. So I'm going to click on escape, and I'm going to create another box. So let me bring up that object. So we have this, and I want to put this box here. So we have it exactly at the center. Actually, we have the box exactly at the center. You can even look at it with your eyes, and the dimensions are 20 on this side. By, we're not giving the other dimensions, so I'm just going to assume that that's 20 as well, and hopefully nothing goes wrong. Okay, so I'm going to create a rectangle. I could actually create a 2-point rectangle like this, but for convenience I'm going to create a centered rectangle. So centered rectangle, and I'm going to do something like this, and then 20 by 20, escape. So you see that the centered rectangle is beautiful in the sense that everything hovers around this center of the rectangle. And since I want to actually make this rectangle to be at the center of this bigger rectangle, it makes things easier for me. So what do? You can see, I want you to look at this rectangle carefully. You can see that this point here is showing that this point is symmetrical to this and this vertex. That's the same thing I want to do with the bigger rectangle. I want to make this point, this vertex here, symmetrical to this and this. So I go to the symmetry tool, and then I click on the first edge here, I click on the second edge here, I'm holding down command key, and then I click on the third here. So that makes it perfectly symmetrical. I really don't need any dimensions because I know that that box or that rectangle, that square, is at the center of that shape. So I'm going to close my sketch, and after closing my sketch, I'm just going to do a simple extrude cut or a pocket operation. So go to pocket tool here. I want you to notice something. All the operations here, they add to the object, while all the operations here, they remove from the object. So this is cut, this is hole, and other things. We'll cover them in subsequent videos. So now I want to create an extruded cut there. So pocket tool, and then I see that it goes all the way through. This is the box, but the broken lines go all the way through. This dimension line touches this, so that's why this looks like a full line, but I'm sure that it's just the box being projected as going all the way through. So we have, it's a very confusing object actually, but just follow me through. So we have, instead of doing dimension, I'm just going to go through all, so it comes through to the entire thing. So I'm going to click OK, and that gives me my first object. Go back to the isometric view there. Now the next thing I want to do is that I'm going to sketch on this side as well. You can see I've done this box here. Now I'm going to sketch on this side as well to do this cut here. So almost exactly the same thing, just extrude, sorry, not extrude, project those geometries, escape, and then create my centered cube or square, 20 by 20 millimeters. Then I'm going to put it at this symmetry point. So close, and then I'm going to do a pocket. Again, I'm going to do through all, and okay. So let me check that. So that goes through the entire thing. Beautiful. So now we have these two objects here. Now the next thing I want to create, let's see what next should we create. We see on this face, we see that there is like this arc here, right, of radius 5 millimeters, and then there are these boxes here too. So those are this, and I can zoom in and you see that like all of this, they are like on the same line. So I can basically put all of these things on the same sketch so that I can just do an extruded cut of the same length. So this is it. This is literally it. So this is the arc that we see here, because when you talk about the length, it will be radius of 5 and the full length or diameter will be 10 millimeters. And then we have these boxes here too, which are 20 by 20. So I'm just going to create a sketch on this face here. Let me see my isometric view. Let me go back for convenience purpose. So I'm going to create a sketch on this face here, and I'm going to click on that face, create sketch. Okay, then I'm going to project the geometries, project this, project this, project this, and project this as well. Now escape, and then I'm going to now start trying to create my boxes. Very simple. I'm going to try to create this box and this box here and this and this. So this is another learning opportunity for us to learn another feature of FreeCAD. I'm going to go back to my normal 2-point rectangle here, and then come from here, then do 20 by 20 millimeters. So now I have that square here, and what I would like to do is, I wonder if it is possible to actually like just copy this rectangle here to the other side. I really wonder if that's possible. So let's try something. So there are different ways that we can do this. I can just literally come and create another rectangle or another square here, but what I want to do is that I want to draw a line in the center here, a construction line in the center here as a line of symmetry, and then I'm going to bring this square here to the other side. Just watch. So line, and then I'm going to bring it close to the center here. So it's showing me already it's the symmetric constraint. Click, and then click, escape. Then I'm going to convert this line to a construction line by clicking it and then clicking on this construction line here. So I can actually create my arc from the point I've created here. So why miss that opportunity? This is the arc tool. So I'm going to click on this center arc, then click on here, click on the edge here, and then click on the other edge here, and then I'm just going to dimension that D 5 millimeters radius. So that is my arc already. Let me show us. So this arc here, I created this box, then I created this arc here. So escape. Okay, so now what I wanted to do was to make this box, like create another copy of this box on this side, but by using the symmetry operation. So let's try that. So I'm going to select all the lines, select this, control select this, select this, select that, and then I want to create a symmetrical object. So I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to click on the line of symmetry here. You can see I selected the lines, clicked on the two, then select the line of symmetry here, and it has created that box for me. But I see something else here saying under constraint 6 degrees of freedom, so I have to start constraining all of these things again. I'm coming. Let me click on close, Oh, close will close the entire thing. So let me just go back to that sketch again. So I'm just going to do a Ctrl Z to delete that. What I want is I think I should be able to make them equal. So let's try that again. Click on this, command this, then click on the symmetry tool. Now you can see when I click on the symmetry tool, it shows me two objects. I can delete the original geometries and then I can create symmetry constraints. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do create symmetry constraint and put it around this line. And what that gives us is that it makes, so I'm going to click on, okay, there's no need to click on anything, there's no tool active. It makes all the points that I created from here to be symmetrical. So I don't need to start defining again what the length of each one is. So you can see that it is fully constrained because all those points are symmetrical. So if I didn't click on that symmetry constraint, it will not work, or it will, like, I would have to redimension all my lines again. So now I want to do a similar thing, make all of these lines again symmetrical around this point here. So let me just show you that. So I create another line, make that line as straight, yes. So, and then you can notice that that line is actually symmetrical because I brought it close to the center and it gives me that constraint. So I'm going to turn this to a construction line as well. Then I'm going to highlight all of these lines, control. I'm hitting, like, my hand is on the command key for me, Mac OS. For Windows is control key, and that's what I'm using to select multiple lines. So I've selected all my lines now. You can see here that I've selected all of those lines, right? So I've selected all my lines here, and I am going to go back to that symmetry tool again, and then I'm going to, remember, create symmetry constraints. Click on this, and I'm going to click on this, my symmetry line, and it shows me fully constrained. So I have all these objects now beautifully done. You can see, just using my symmetry constraints. I could have drawn the box one by one, perhaps that would be slower or faster. So click on close, and I'm going to do my extruded cut or pockets. Oh wow, it says wire is not closed. So let's go back, cancel. It says wire is not closed. I wonder why. Okay, so we have all of this. I believe that we have this line here. Like, let me go back to that sketch. So we have all of these lines here, and I can easily see it. That this can be a challenge sometimes when it says wire is not closed. You are trying to look for, okay, what is not closed, what is not closed, but I can see it. I already know what is not closed. What is not closed here is I just created the arc here. There is no line here to show that, okay, this is connected to this, so that the solver or the software can know that, okay, this is meant to be extruded too. So I click on this line here, and then I'm just going to close that. Hit escape and close. So let us try that operation again. So pocket operation, and hopefully it works. Yes, it works. It works. So now we have I'm going to be extruding, or I'm going to be cutting it by a distance of 20 millimeters. So let's see, 20 millimeters. So wow, beautiful. Okay, so this is so nice. I love this. This is so beautiful. Now the next thing is that I need to create the exact same shape on the other side. So now we have our object, and even though this is a good time to teach you how to mirror features around the plane, I will not do that yet because of complexity. What I'll just do is that what I need is I need this exact sketch or whatever on this other side too, basically. So I'm just going to come to this other side, click on this face, and then create another sketch. So I'm creating the exact same sketch that I created on the other side, and this is like repeated work, but I'm going to do it again so that if you didn't catch or if you didn't get what we did the first time, you can get it again. So project geometry to this line, this line, and this line here. Hit escape, then do my rectangle, create my rectangle or my square, depending on how you want to call it. So I have that square here fully constrained. Then next thing is to create my line of symmetry. You can see that I brought it close to the center and I'm making this line straight, so I have that. Then I'm going to create the other line of symmetry here as well, and then I have that. Then I'm going to turn these ones into construction lines. So I just selected both lines with command key, and then I have that. Then I'm going to create my arc here. So an arc straight, I'm putting it straight so that that constraint can be there. Then I'm going to make it to touch this other line here so that the constraint can be there as well. So I have that arc here. Dimension the arc. They say that the arc is radius 5 millimeters if I'm not mistaken. So I have that. Then the next thing is to create like my other box here, and then here and here as well. So the first thing, click on these lines and then use the symmetry tool. This is the symmetry tool, symmetry, and then I'm going to click on, before I click on my line, I'm going to firstly click on create symmetry constraint so that I don't have to redimension the whole thing. Then click on this line here, and that is a beautiful symmetrical square. So I'm going to do the same thing, highlight all of these lines, select all of these lines, and then I'm going to do another symmetry constraint or symmetry operation around this line here. But before I click the line, I'm going to do a create symmetry constraint. If not, I would have a lot of dimensions to put in. So just click that and then fully constrain. Beautiful. Close the sketch, and then I do another cut pocket operation by a distance of, oh, something is wrong. It says wire is not closed. Okay, so where are we making a mistake again? Let's see. Let's go back to the sketch, right? Is it the arc again? It's the arc again. Don't forget the arc. So we have the line. It has to be closed. Like the whole thing has to be closed. If not, it can't cut it. It can't just cut it using lines. So we have close, and then let's try to do that pocket operation again. So pocket, it selects that sketch for us, and then you see that pocket operation. So we go at a distance of 20 millimeters. In case your pocket operation is not working, maybe you're not seeing it or is going to the other side of the object, you can just click on the reversed, and it will do the exact opposite. In my case here, no, that does not work. So I'm just going to do this. So this works beautifully, and I have my object here fully sketched. I'm just going to go back to the isometric view, and I believe that this is very beautiful, very, very beautiful, and very, very nice. So thank you for watching. In the next video, I guess we'll be doing this block here. It's a very simple block actually, but we've spent a lot of time on this video already, so I'll just take that to the next video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like this video. It helps us to reach more people like you, and it helps us to know that you are liking the content. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section below. I have dropped a link to the worksheet that I'm using here in the description of the video below, so you can easily download it and also try your hand at sketching the objects too. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.